Uh-oh.
I said Mustafa.
Miss Renee show.
I said Mustafa.
We on the Miss Renee show.
I say Mustafa.
Miss Renee show.
Here's Morgan Johnson. No curfew. Miss Renee Show.
Okay, I like that right there. Miss Renee.
Hello, and welcome to the Renee Allen and Friends Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so appreciative in this DMV metro area right across from Howard University. Ain't you?
Yes.
you know. Thank you so much. Listen, we have the last segment of Black History Month at the WLVS studio on the Renee Allen and Friends Show, the largest online radio broadcast in the United States, just for you today. It is action-packed. So don't go anywhere. I just want to start off by saying, my goodness, two of my friends lost their loved ones. One is Bishop Charles Waters. He'll be here later on to stop in and say hi. His dear mother, Charlotte Waters, who I adored. May she rest in peace. And my best friend, Carrie Weatherholtz Dieters, who lost her mother, and she actually buried her today, celebrating her life. And so I love you, Carrie, and just God bless everyone. So God bless America. With so much going on 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, God bless America. So that's all I have to say about that. Okay, so I'm sitting here with one of my new VFS, my newest, I guess, Joyce Pierce. I call her the Diva in Blue. And why do I call you that, darling?
Woo woo. That's the sound of the police.
Yes. She does not look like a policeman, does she? Policewoman. What's the correct way to say that anyway?
Woman in blue is great.
Yeah, she just looks good. Beauty, brains, and all that. So watch out. You never know who's following you. Look, we have so much here. I just popped in here like 5 minutes ago, so I want to make sure I get everything here. Now, since it is the last day of Black History Month, we do have the Black CEO in the house. I'm so excited about that. And Black entrepreneurs, business owners, and we're going to celebrate our ancestors. We're going to celebrate our great-great-greats and our great-grandmothers and our grandparents and our parents and our siblings and our children. We're going to celebrate Black History Month tonight. So we're going to have cigars. We're going to have wine. We're going to have great conversation. And so I'm just so glad you're tuned in. Share and let everyone know. I'm supposed to do Facebook Live. You know, I'm not obedient. I'm always running here and there. But I will one day have a social media person, and it's going to work. So let's talk about some things that are going on. Starting off with the Spectrum Circle. My dear friend, one of the original co-hosts of the Renee Allen and Friends Show, along with Alvin Jones and Timothy Jackson, is Karen Marie Alston. And she's had, yes, right there, the luncheon. It always sells out. I'll be there. I actually purchased my ticket a few weeks ago. And it's just a platform to empower women and to celebrate women and give awards to women who are doing great things. So that's the chair, who's a wonderful person, Michelle, and it's going to be a blast. Also, we have God's Use Men's Empower Conference. This is where I received my honorary doctorate from God's Use, the Global Outlaw Days Seminary and University, and it is about four years ago. And so I've been working with them. That's my son, Chase Allen. That's when I graduated about 4 years ago. And there's some great people involved with God's You, and that's their upcoming conference, which will be in a couple of weeks. I think next weekend. It's maybe 2 weeks. It's coming up real fast. So if you want to attend, it's in Florida. And in July, they will have a conference here, which is always before or after the Power Networking Conference with Dr. George C. Frazier. You want to be there. That sells out as well. We have Anya by Vivian. Oh, there's George. Anya by Vivian, my dear friend Vivian, is having her third annual fashion show. And it's going to be at the Silver Civic Center. And Karen Huger, the what do they call her? Grand Madame. Yes, a wonderful woman from the Potomac Housewives will be the host. I'm the MC. And there, who else? Sean Yancey from Fox 5 will be an honored guest. And there's just so many wonderful people that would be there. It's going to be really a really fun time. And I'm going to make sure you be there too, okay?
Yes.
All right. What else do we have? We have the Mrs. DC America pageant. There she is, Miss America. I'm giving you time, Jacob. There you go. Bam, boom, put out. So the Miss District of Columbia pageant Rick Washington, no. Rick Bernstein is the man, the voice of DC, and I'm the people's MC, and we have been together on this collaboration to co-host wonderful pageants, so I'm excited about that. And lastly, our very own Lady Nakia Wright, who does a segment on my show, and now last week I think she just started her own show, The Life of Books. I'm so proud of her. Girl, pass me that pink bell over there. In my cup, yeah, because the bell, I gotta get some bell going on. Thank you, darling. See, yes, y'all missed this bell. All right. So Nakia Wright, she's about family. Bishop Wright, her husband, who she loves. I love a woman who can talk great about her husband, and likewise. But to be married is a good thing. They say a wife is a good thing. So, ladies, you have to make sure you're doing the right thing and good things and edifying your man and doing all the stuff you're supposed to do. And man, you know what you're supposed to do because you're the head, not the tail. Okay, so we won't go there either because it's Women's History Month tomorrow. Right. So I'm going to keep it all positive. But anyway, did you have that flyer? It's a film. Yeah, bam. There it is. And you know what? I love Lady Nakia Wright, and Bishop Wright as well, because they're just a real serious and true power couple. There's not just one and one's dragging the other one along, or one's nice and one's mean. They are really both the real deal, Holyfield. And I frequent their church, Jabbok Ministries, and I just love them. And she has women around her, a woman's voice, women. Charmy Charm, now that's the girl, they're all wonderful, but Charmy Charm keeps everybody in line. And she comes to the studio sometimes, and these women are really women of virtue. Most are married, a few aren't. They are all wonderful women, every single one of them. And last year, Lady Nakia Wright and I collaborated and did a Star Power, my first event since my son was born 16 years ago, my first event, and it was absolutely wonderful. And she collaborated with me, and the girls came in, the women, and they just helped me. It was so wonderful. So we're going to do that again this coming June or July. So look out for that Star Power Conference. Well, I guess that's it. You want to say something, Diva in Blue, before we go to a commercial break?
I can't wait. March 1st, Women's Month.
Ring the bell, girl. Ring the bell. Well, look, we'll be right back. I have Silver Logan Sharp, who was our first guest 2.5 years ago, singing one of her originals off the Groovement CD. Matter of fact, we were just in her loft this past Friday. Check her out live in the loft. It's called Feel Better Fridays, and it does make you feel better. It's usually at 1 p.m. I think it was 7:30 p.m. this past Friday, and I was in the loft, and it's beautiful. She and her husband are thebomb.com. So support them every Friday night. And I think that's about it. We'll be right back with wine, cigars, and all that jazz. Yes. I'll be right back.
It's not for me. If the wind is right, we can sail away, find tranquility. Oh, the canvas can do miracles. Just you wait and see. Believe me. It's not far to Never, Never Land. No reason to pretend that if the wind is right, we can find the joy of innocence again. Oh, the canvas can do miracles. Just you wait and see. Believe me. Sailing takes me away to where I've always heard it could be. Dreaming the wind to carry me. Soon I will be free. sailing, yeah. All caught up in the reverie. Every word is a symphony. Won't you believe me? Sailing takes me away to where I've always heard it could be. Dreaming the wind to carry me. Soon I will be free. Come on and play. All right now. Hey, yeah. I want you to rock me in the midnight hour. Hold me in the midnight hour. Love me in the midnight hour. Hold me, sailing. Come on, come on, sailing. Oh yeah, sailing. Oh yeah, come on now, sailing. Say it to me, say sailing. Oh yes, it's sailing. I want you to go. Come on and go with me. Sailing. Oh yeah. Sailing takes me away to where I've always heard it could be.
Welcome back to the Renee Allen and Friends Show. I certainly hope you've already tuned in because we had one guest, my new BFF. You know, I only got a few. Joyce Pearson. She's the woman in blue. But look, now we are with two divas that are running things in usually what would be dominated by men. So I wanted to take this last day of Black History Month and have these ladies here because tomorrow is Women's History Month, but we're closing out Black History in Business. So can you introduce yourself, darling?
Sure. I'm Lanessa Terry, CEO of Puffin' Pretty. It's a ladies' smoking apparel line. I also sell cigars as well and promote many events throughout the lounges in the area. And can I take a sip of wine first?
Yeah, why don't we just toast real quick right now, our first libations. And
Good
you,
evening,
dog.
and I'm Donna Marie Taylor, aka Timid Palate. I'm a retail dealer with wines and spirits and beer, and I get love out of offering wine as a gathering tool.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's have another toast for
Yes.
love and wine.
Absolutely.
Yes, thank you,
Yes.
dog. Well, you know, what we want to know, at least what I want to know, and a lot of the viewers, they communicate with me via inbox. And we'll start with you.
Okay.
First of all, you're beautiful.
Thank you. So are you.
Thank
And
you.
Thank you for having
Yes,
me.
You're
Yes.
welcome. Thank you. And you are too, boo.
Thank you.
And so let's talk about this Puffin' Pretty. You know,
Absolutely.
how you got started in the industry of the cigars. And then, of course, you know, let's talk about that first.
Okay, so about 7 years ago, I became interested in trying cigars because, to be honest with you, the first time I tried a cigar, I was 13. So that's a whole nother story.
Transparency on the Renee Allen
You
and
know,
Friends
in
show.
South Carolina with my cousins playing around, and we tried cigars, and I was so sick. I couldn't believe anybody would ever smoke a cigar. So then years later, when I grew up, I actually heard about folks smoking cigars, and I said, I want to try a cigar. So I did, and it was kind of closet initially. And then I decided to branch out when I heard about lounges. So while I was smoking in the lounge, the entrepreneur mindset that I have for years, I've done several kinds of businesses, I thought about Puffin' Pretty. I created this Instagram name, Puffin' Pretty.
I like that too.
And I said, oh my God, I can spin this into a
Let's
business.
give it to her.
Yes.
So I started Puffin' Pretty to help women become more liberated with cigars. It's something that we certainly enjoy, and I thought it was a wonderful thing to introduce women to cigars and make them feel more comfortable being in the lounges, because typically, it's a man's world as far as cigars.
This is a man's world.
Yeah,
Yes.
But we're trying to change that.
But it
Women's History
wouldn't be
Month is next
nothing.
month.
What?
Hey, without a woman or a girl.
Yeah.
So we are empowered to, be in the man's world now. So Puffin' Pretty is a line to help make women feel more beautiful and sexy when they're smoking.
I like that.
I love
Sometimes
it.
they can feel intimidated, or it can be abrasive to go into a lounge because they don't like the
Yeah.
smell, the smoke.
Yeah.
So this is something you can wear while you smoke and just not have to worry about it being in
Like
the
a
other
smoking
clothes.
jacket, but a smoking tee.
Yeah.
Speaking of a smoking
And
jacket,
speaking of a smoking
Hey.
jacket, let's talk about what you have on.
yes, this is my Puffin' Pretty V-neck, ladies, V-neck T-shirt.
Beautiful.
Her apparel, y'all. Her
Absolutely.
business, her product to make money, y'all.
So I have bling tanks, I have bling V-neck shirts, I have bling sweatshirts, I have glasses, I have ashtrays, everything you need to accessorize your smoking experience.
I'm learning from you
Pretty.
girls. I'm getting ready to do something with these bells. Everybody wants a bell where I go, so you give me an idea.
All right.
Listen, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about you. Because I've met, what is his name? Oh my goodness, he's going to kill me. Oh my goodness. But he's
Winemaker.
a
vendor.
black gentleman. Oh goodness, he's going to kill me.
Larry. You have.
No, gosh.
You
Oh, that's
have
okay.
Andre Mack. My brothers.
Oh goodness, he had something out at Bliss, a radio station, and he's the only one. It's a wine title. Richard Glover. You're here, TJ is here, Chef Terrence. Yes, thank you, sir. So, so you're the first female, is what I was trying to get to. So I really want to know, just like with you, how did you get into it? What did you get the interest to do it, first of all, and then how did it happen?
I'm a
Come a little closer.
graduate of Duke Ellington Performing Arts School. So, we love anything that's interesting. So, going in the stores, I love the labels. The labels represent why the person made the wine, the texture, the color. So, I started writing about it, met up with some friends 20, 30-something years later who were very much great with the tech. And they said, hey, I'll help you with maintaining your web. I talked about it. It turned into a blog. Blog turned into, can you host parties? Everything from anniversaries, divorce parties, swirl parties. The farmer's market picked me up in Riverdale. And the rest is history. I had to learn about the permits that I had to utilize. Because
The
you can't-
business with the pleasure.
Yeah, the business with the pleasure. You can drink while you work. Okay, how great is that?
Drink while you work with, not the government. No.
Hey, well, I'm a
Well, you said
counselor
drink
during
while
the
you
day. So, hey, that's a whole nother
I got you.
whole
Hey,
nother
I like
thing.
drink while you work, because
Yes.
we're working right now, right?
So
Yeah.
uncorking the interest is what the model of the whole company is. And my future goal is to be a broker. I'd like to bring some of our international spirits. I brought from home from Mexico, Italy, to here. Because we don't see a lot of when I say women owners. We don't see a lot of people with their labels on the shelves in our liquor stores here.
Well, I
So
already
wanna change that.
nicknamed you broker, wine broker. So it's already claimed, it's already done. You just keep on
Thank
walking
you.
in your purpose
Thank
because it's
you.
already done. Look, TJ, come on up here, come on up here, brother. Can you get him a mic, please?
Do you mind if I cut and like
Oh yeah, do your thing.
Absolutely.
Puffin' Pretty, do your thing. Come on up here because I want to talk about you for a minute. We only have a minute, but resident chef of the Renee Allen and Friends show for about a year and a half or so is none other than Chef Terrence.
Chef Terry?
I love it. When I don't have my bell, I say ding, ding, ding. I wanted to bring him because the reason why these girls are women, are divas, and all that are here is because I like to bring. I had to reschedule another show because he just celebrated what? Tell him a little bit about what just happened and what happened with these two.
Celebrated 1 year.
Yes.
1 year anniversary.
1 year anniversary.
About a month ago. You were there She was here.
Everybody was there.
Everybody was there.
You made it
You
out.
wasn't there.
there.
Was you there? In spirit.
Yeah, no, she was there.
I was there.
Not the anniversary party.
Oh, no.
not the
But I'm
party.
talking about the party where I met
Oh,
them.
the food and wine party.
Yes.
The food and wine party we had a couple
Yes.
weeks ago.
You can't keep up with your own
I
self.
know. I can't.
Tell him how to get a hold of you, because let me tell you, he has been such. You know, when I meet up with people, and it's really a spiritual thing, because I get a lot of people who want to come on this show, and I appreciate it, and I'm so humble. But when I put a show together, I have to feel your spirit, and I have to really mirror the people. So it's really just timing is everything, and connecting is everything, and we connected. I connected with so
quickly.
many people, yes.
Yeah,
and so
you
when
do.
I feel that, it's time to act, and so that's why this happened, because of you.
Thank
This is
you.
great.
Check
Yes.
them out.
Food is good too.
Oh my God! Did you bring some food today?
Absolutely.
Glory to God! What did you bring?
I'm gonna set it up for you.
You're gonna surprise me. Okay. But look, Puffin' Pretty, Wine Broker Extraordinaire. What is it? The Timid Palate?
Yes, the
Yes.
Timid Palate.
I hope that you can share with how they can get a hold of you, please.
Absolutely. So my website is www.puffinpretty.com. I'm also on Instagram, Puffin_pretty, and on Facebook, Puffin Pretty. Puffin.
And she is literally.
I hope to see you
puffin'
guys
pretty.
puffing in the lounges. Come see me Wednesday nights at Georgia Avenue at Society Lounge every Wednesday, Whiskey and Cigar Wednesday. Come see
She's
me.
actually here and she's not there, so I'm
on my way.
So
I'm on my
yeah,
way.
she's on her way.
Right up the street.
But this is, I love this. Puffin' Pretty, literally. I just love it. And you, ma'am, how do they get a hold of you for
You
this
can get
delicious wine?
You can get in touch with me by cell, of course. It's on my website, www.thetimidpalate.com.
Yes, and they know how to get a hold of you. But for any new listeners, which I welcome every week, how do they get a hold of you, Chef?
2 Fish 5 Loaves BBQ.com.
2 fish, 5 loaves,
BBQ.com.
Delicious food. Last Thanksgiving, I had practically the whole table at my mother's house had your food.
That's a good
Yes. Well, listen, I'm gonna put. We're gonna have another break. I hate breaks, but we have to break so you don't see all the real stuff behind the scenes. We try to keep the show real smooth for you. So, oh, girl, I can't wait to puff. We're gonna puff at the end of the show. Just hope I
to
don't
the
choke.
end.
Anybody know CPR?
Smells good.
No, it smells
Okay,
delicious.
I'm done.
Yeah, but we're gonna put another good friend of mine, Mike Winans of the Winans family, BB and CC's first cousin, has a song called "Progress Report," and I want you to listen to these words as we take a
interesting.
break because I love it, and I think we all really want our families to be proud of us, and so enjoy. And I'll be right back with who? Trevor Otts, Black CEO, and his partner, Shay Brown, the happypreneur, a happy entrepreneur. I'll get it right when they get back. Be back soon.
tongue twister.
I know. Messing me up.
To my mother, I wanna know have I made you proud. And to my father, I wanna know have I ever been a problem child. And to my pastor, I've been trying to be in church a little more. And to my lady, just have patience, God's still working on me now. I ask for forgiveness from anybody that I may have hurt wrong. I've done, I'm putting it behind me. There are some things I gotta get right. Loose ends need to be tied up. It's been a roller coaster ride, but I'm gonna hang on. I was thinking the other night, what if my life was being graded? What would it say on my progress report? What would it say on my progress report? I wonder what it would say. To all my teachers, thanks for taking extra time out with me. To my producer, thanks for keeping a young fella on the beat. And to the soldiers, going out there and risking your life for me. And to my lady, just have patience, cause God's still working on me now. I ask for forgiveness from anybody that I forgot to mention. Come and look at my long list. There are some things I gotta eventually I get to you. Loose ends need be tied up. It's been a roller coaster ride, but I'm gonna hang on. I was thinking the other night, report. I know I've done more good than bad. Oh, I know. But for some reason I feel there's so much room for improvement. So I'ma go find those burnt bridges. There are some things I gotta get back up again. Loose ends need to be tied. I gotta tie it all up. Roller coaster ride, but I'm gonna hang on. I was thinking the other night. I was just thinking, what if my life was being graded? What would it say? There is something I gotta get right. Loose ends need to be tied right away. It's been a roller coaster ride, but I'm gonna hang on. I was thinking the other what if every word, what if my life action, was being graded? Thought in mind. What would it say on my progress report? What would it say on my progress report? I wonder what it would say. It's your boy Chips. To my mother, I wanna know have I made you proud. And to my father, I wanna know have I ever been a problem child. And to my pastor, I've been trying to be in church a little more. And to my lady, just God's still working on me now. I ask for forgiveness from anybody that I may have hurt wrong. I've done, I'm putting it behind me. There are some things I gotta get right. Loose ends need to be tied up. It's been a roller coaster ride, but I'm gonna hang on. I was thinking the other night, what if my life was being graded? What would it say on my progress report? What would it say on my progress report? I wonder what
Oh, the bell is pink. Yeah,
I've been hearing that bell.
Got a
Want
pink
your
bell.
own bell?
Oh, I didn't realize the bell was
Not a
pink.
pink one, though. Not a pink one, absolutely.
I'll get y'all a bill. I'm getting ready to do something with
Okay.
these bells, and then I'll
Okay.
bring one to Black CEO and Happypreneur.
Okay,
Yeah.
happy entrepreneur.
A
That's cool.
happy entrepreneur. Welcome back to Renee Allen
I'm
Friends
sorry,
Show.
using that for the employees.
Dinner's ready. Listen, we are sitting here front and center with you with two dynamic men that I've known and respected and loved for years. And it's none other than Trevor Otts and Shay Brown. Woo! They are pillars in the community. They are moving and shaking. They help you with your business. Look, I'm going to let them tell you about it, but I just want to start everything by saying they just finished out their inaugural
First annual.
first annual.
Was it first annual? Was that second one?
Was the first one was the first annual national conference.
Okay, see, I'm learning here.
It just,
See,
it was
okay.
just started
The
last
first
year.
national conference of the Black CEO Conference, and it was all spectacular out in Herndon, Virginia. So we're going to end with that, but let's start off with the two of you. Just introduce yourself and let people know a little bit about you for those who may not know, which is probably nobody. But yes.
Well, I'm Trevor Otts, affectionately known as the Black CEO.
Woo, yes.
She wanted a little more about you.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
you
they
see,
really do.
They
I know.
wanna know.
They
My
wanna
name is
know.
Shay Brown.
I-
He
What else
thinks
do you
everybody
need to
knows
say?
who he is.
What else do
We
you
let
need to
him
say?
know
You say,
that the whole world
you
doesn't
say,
know
I'm
who
the
he
Black
is.
CEO. That's
You're
all
right.
needs to be
You're
said.
right. You're right. But the happy
But,
entrepreneur, you know he has more to say. Yes, Trevor Otts. Thank you so much. And
Well,
Shay?
thank you so much for having us out here. I mean, it's amazing what you're doing. It's amazing that you're taking the messages from everyone and sharing it with the world. So thanks for all you do. It's amazing.
You're
The
welcome.
And you are
MC.
incredible.
The people's MC. See, I'm the Black
So.
CEO. She's the people's MC.
And the
and
happy
you're the happy entrepreneur.
I'm just hanging out. I'm just hanging out with you guys. It's an
I
honor.
feel so protected and honored. I feel honored.
Yes, it
Well,
is.
look, let's talk about y'all. I mean, my goodness, y'all have been doing so much. Where do you want to start? How far back do you want to go?
You know, I think back when we first decided to even launch the Black CEO brand. It was so controversial at the moment that there were a lot of blacks that were afraid of the brand. It's like, oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. Oh, no. And when we launched, within really under 72 hours, we were up to 40,000 members. Wow. And over the last year and a half or so, we've grown to 218,000 members,
Lord.
which just underscores the importance of us really getting together as a people and really building business-based wealth.
Yeah,
So why don't you tell them, at least give them what Black CEO is? Because a number of folks, they're just hearing Black CEO, and they may not be aware of that. So just take a moment and tell them what Black CEO is.
and before you do that, and that's great, I just want to piggyback off what you said about people not embracing the blackness. Why is that? And you both can chime in on that, because that's interesting to me, because I may post something about beauty, and it's like 400 likes. If I say Black Lives Matter, I might get 2.
Well, I think what happens is, I think as a people, sometimes we start looking for permission to be ourselves and who we are when we're around races other than ourselves. And so one of the things about Black CEO is it's designed to really help Blacks really stand in their power. And so it is this initiative to create these collaborative environments amongst the Black communities of the world for the purpose of teaching about and creating and building business-based wealth, so that we can really become the economic engine for the causes we care about. And one of the I remember when we saw Philando Castile get killed.
Yes, my God.
Eric Gardner. And when you saw those kids standing on top of those cars in Baltimore, you know, I'm looking, thinking to myself, what can I do? And when I'm looking and seeing, well, we can't go stand on cars. We can't go throwing rocks through windows, but we feel that frustration. We feel that pain. We can't go pick up a picket sign. Those days are dead. And we had to figure out what was going to be our answer. And we realized that the economics is what's driving the situation. And so what we needed to do is start to unite our Black businesses together in such a way so that when it comes down to it,
Yes, sir.
when a situation arises like that, we have enough economic power to shut it down.
Economic power. Can we all say economic power?
And if you look
Economic
back
power.
at, we're in February, and we have to look at what Rosa Parks accomplished. She shut it down.
Shut it down.
She shut it down. And so, but she was able to shut it down because collectively we got together.
Yes.
And there were those people, if they didn't ride the bus, they shut it down and they got together collectively, collaboratively. And so
to God.
one of the things George Fraser taught us is that when we cooperate, 1 + 1 = 2. But when we collaborate, 1 and 1 = 11.
Yes, sir.
Hashtag 11, which
Yes,
has
sir.
become its own movement. So to all my hashtag 11ers out there, that's become its own thing. And
I
so
love it.
one of the things that we realized about collaboration is that we used to think that, and me and Shay used to have this dialogue, we used to think that just getting together was collaboration, but we realized that we had to get together and then start working together
Yes.
so we can get something done together. And I think too many times we've seen people, we've gotten together for the party, gotten together for the good times, gotten together for the bad times, but when we got together, we didn't work on anything together, and so we didn't get anything done
That's a
together.
great point.
And so that's what this movement is about. It's about the collaboration necessary for us to really get some things done together. And we got your young Black CEOs. You got the Black CEO Women's Council.
Yes.
And every day there's trainings, literally every day, all over the world, free of charge, to help Black CEOs
That's what I love
really
about
get it together. Because one of the things that we realized, and it was one of the biggest things that I noticed when we came into the space, is that the number one problem that was facing today's Black entrepreneur was our addiction to labor as the primary mechanism to how we generate revenue.
Wow.
And for Blacks in this country, we have a different relationship to labor than any of the other cultures, whether we're talking about Spanish, whether we're talking white. You know, this country was built on the backs of our labor. And so it created a bit of an addiction.
Yes.
And so what we had to move forward and was like, hey, listen, there's more money in what you know than what you do. And labor is not your only path to wealth. And so we wanted to look at entrepreneurship, but not entrepreneurship where you're in the kitchen frying the chicken.
Right.
That we want you to run the restaurant. I like what T.D. Jakes said. He said, forget about teaching a man how to fish. I want to own the pond.
Yes, sir. And you brought up the restaurant. Of course, Mr. Lance London did exactly what you're saying.
Oh, Black CEO of the Year.
Yes, Black CEO of the Year, and has Carolina Kitchen. Welcome. When you get your chicken and much more.
much more.
Yes. So listen, let's talk. I want to talk about one particular
Own
thing.
the pond, by the way. Own the pond, by the way.
90-Day Champion. One of my favorites times of the whole conference was that, the 90-Day Champion. Can we talk about that?
Sure, absolutely. Sure. There's something that's very important that, folks have an opportunity to change their life change where they are within a 90-day window. And oftentimes, they're thinking that it takes a lot longer to do that, and that's not the case. And how I know that to be true is I recall, Renee, a time where I found myself in a federal prison. And I was sentenced to 90 days for lying on my mortgage application. And the deal is that you can't write off your taxes with the IRS and say you make no money and you're poor, and then go fill out a mortgage application, say you're 7-figure income. You can't do that.
No,
and
sir.
so sentenced to 90 days, which doesn't sound like a lot of time, unless you got to do the time. Right? Then it's a lot of time. But what I learned while I was there is that you can either let the moment define you, or you can define it,
Yes,
right?
sir.
You can either be a victim or you can be a victor. And what I found out is that within 90 days, you can change your situation, which could be your mindset, could be your belief systems, but more importantly, you can be wherever you want to be in 90 days. And here's something really cool you might not know. If you take one 90-day stretch and another 3, you've got a whole year.
My God.
So in 90 days, you can, in fact, change your life. And my belief is that the results that show up in your life are just as important as results that show up in your bank account. So while we're talking about Black CEO, while that's important because we've got to have revenue, that's the only way to generate and really keep the business going, we've got to make sure that we slow down to speed up and take a look at our own life, spiritually, emotionally, with relationships, because that's going to contribute more to our business efforts than anything else.
Yeah, relationships. I love it. I was there for one half a day, but I'd like for you to both hone in on who was there. You have some great people, great speakers.
And if I might mention, because when Shay talked about his journey and coming out of prison and really getting into his purpose, one of the things that we started to do inside of Black CEO is we realized that we have a lot of people returning home. And if you're Black, you know somebody, right? Your cousin, uncle, aunt, you know somebody. And what we started to do is use entrepreneurship as a way to get them back on their feet. So maybe you're watching, I got a cousin, I got an uncle, but what we want you to know is that it's not over and that all you got to do is start to believe again.
Wow.
A little bit of belief goes a long way.
Yes,
Absolutely.
sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Well, let's start with some of the people that attended the Black CEO conference.
Sure. I'll kick off one and I'll pass it to Trevor because I mean to get it back. I better start off. I better start off just in case. But in all seriousness, one of the presenters there was none other than Dr. George C. Frazier himself.
He's friend to the show. Yes.
Friend of the show. You love Dr. Frazier. For those folks that are meeting him for the very first time, you can go Google George C. Frazier, the founder of the Power Networking Conference. Wrote the book Success Runs in Our Race and so many other things. But one of the things that he talked about was this, that free information will only take you so far. He talked about what it takes to be a Black CEO. And he says, look, you can only grow your business so far with free resources, free information. At some point, you have to make an investment in yourself and in your business. And your business, it might be tools, it might be resources, it might be the marketing, but at some point, you got to step it up if you truly want to be an income earner and employ other people. And that's the key.
Yeah, and he talked about coaches too, right? That's awesome.
And then we had the Brothers of Revolt, 3 Black doctors who started this movement called the I Can Be a Black Doctor movement. And what they're doing is they were working with young African-American kids, starting as young as 9, and if they had a desire to be a doctor one day, that they were mentoring them, not just to the point that they get into med school, but all the way to the point where they get out of med school and open their own practices. And so just love what they were doing just around the world. Started this national movement. Their book is getting ready to release called You Can Be a Black Doctor.
Wow, I
and
love
just setting that example.
Sure. And there was other folks that were out there, like a Jewel Tanker from Bravo, by the way.
I met her for the first time. Beautiful
Amazing,
spirit.
Incredible person. Her husband is Ben Tanker, who's written a lot of stuff for the gospel in the gospel market, by the way. And what I enjoyed most about her is she's sharing how you can take your investments, invest in the stock, and to be able to actually grow your own personal wealth. So it's one thing to walk around and say, I need to make money, I've got to make money. It's another thing to have your money become babies and make money for you.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, that's a segment that doesn't happen for a lot of us. I know I missed that boat for a while. Now I had to slow down and say, hey, how do I make that really work? And she was there not waving and taking photos, but actually teaching. Right. And that's really key.
Yeah, and she could have been waving and just taking photos with her beautiful self, right? I look like Miss America. Yes.
Now the ladies were in full force at Black CEO.
Yes,
Absolutely.
they were.
You had the ladies coming all the way from Germany, London, California, Atlanta, the ladies of Raising a Mogul. They started an organization that's designed to, it's the only organization of its kind that is designed to raise up young entrepreneurs. And they start at age 5 and they take them all the way up, opening companies, like literally opening up companies, having conferences, and they're really doing phenomenal work. You had Dr. Stephanie D. Barnes.
Yes.
You had Candace Camille, the wellologist.
Plankologist.
And then you had a very special lady there. Yeah, Candace was rocking. You know,
Yeah.
she had them planking. It was like, if you were the black CEO, you was going to plank.
She had me planking.
But a special lady there was Jennifer Harris.
Yeah.
Purse Power Network. I mean, the ladies were in full force.
Yeah.
Right, and what was really incredible, it's not so much about the speakers who were there or the presenters, although, you know, they are stars in their own. It was really the community of other black CEOs who were there. I went there to teach, actually, and I was taught, right? Because, and I wasn't taught just because Jewel was talking or George was talking, but it was the conversations that were taking place over lunch. It was the conversations in the hallway.
Yeah.
It was those folks who had sponsored, those folks who were vendors who were there.
And
And
it
the
was standing
conversation was
room only.
around how can we collaborate and support each other. And one of the things that we learned is this, that you can get yourself a coach, but it's more important to get yourself a board. Some people say hire yourself a coach if you want to do the work,
Yeah.
but you need to get yourself a board of directors of individual folks who can really help your business grow. So yeah, you hire a coach if you want someone to tell you what to do and hold you accountable, but if you're ready to really grow your automation, really ready to grow your marketing, really ready to grow, extend your brand, you know what you need? You need a board of directors that are right
board
there.
of
And Trevor may
directors.
expand on that a little bit. But
Well, you know, may I say
that's
something
we
before
learned.
he expands?
Yeah, 'cause you
Because
better
the,
Oh, yeah, back.
you better go.
People said-
You better go.
my new BFF, she has a lot of things going on, and she's here today because I just love her. I met her, loved her.
Are you moving these
and
minutes? I had them for
well,
me.
oh, okay, so yes, you know, you're the happy entrepreneurs.
I'm
You-
just asking. I'm just curious there.
But I like to connect you with her because
Absolutely.
she wants to take her business to the next level, and she moved up from Florida to do that. So I really want you to speak
Nice
with
warm
her.
weather.
Yeah.
Well, I think we've all attended conferences before. We get the box full of things, the bags full of stuff. We get the ribbons, the bands, and sometimes we go to these conferences and we have such inspirational moments. And what we realize is that after every conference, we would wonder how can we extend the value of what we were learning in those workshops and on those stages. And it used to be, well, who was going to be my coach, right? And so in my earlier days, I was like, oh, the marketing guy was so great. Oh, he was great. I'm going to get myself a marketing coach.
Oh, yeah,
And I'm
I
going
remember
to do
that.
everything he told me to do. But then I got caught up, and because I had too many other things to do. And then I would see the branding guy, like, oh, you know what I need in my business? I'm going to get myself a branding coach. Then I would see the sales cardiologist go up there and be like, oh, this is great. I'm going to get myself a sales coach, right? And I got a
One
sales
check
coach.
after
and
another
I got
check
a
after
marketing
another
coach.
check.
And I got a branding coach. And I got a business coach.
Credit card.
And the thing about it is, you got all of these different coaches kind of talking into your ear about what you need to do. And so what we realize is, and I want everybody to write this down if you're listening. You know, for every business, I'm going to give you 2 significant pieces of advice.
Yes.
First piece of advice I'm going to give you is get yourself a coach, but get your business aboard.
Yes.
Get yourself a coach.
Like mine's
But
between me.
get your business aboard. And you start looking at the most successful companies in the world. You look at Shark Tank, another popular show, not as popular as this show, but
course not.
another show
I
like
love
Shark
these
Tank,
guys.
right? When you look on Shark Tank, they have never once told these people, go get yourself a coach. The reason why those people go on that show is because they want some money, and they want, not more importantly, they want the people that's on that show to be a part of that board.
Yes. That's kind of like
Yeah.
the black CEO.
Yeah.
They want you, and they want that too.
Yeah. And then the second thing is some of the biggest lies that we hear perpetrated in the industry, which is, oh, I'm going to teach you how to make 7 figures with ease and grace. Forget that foolishness. Because in business, it's just like riding a bike. It's like telling somebody you can learn how to ride a bike with ease and grace. But the reality is, any of us that's ever learned how to ride a bike, you learn how to ride a bike with scraped knees and getting back up.
Yes,
so
sir.
the way you learn how to be successful in business is with scraped knees and getting back up. So don't be afraid to fail. And then the last thing I'll tell you is that, listen, you know, when I was first coming up in business, they said, oh, if you feel overworked, get yourself an assistant. Sounds like a pretty good idea. But the reality is, what you want to do is get yourself a leader and get your leader an assistant.
Absolutely.
Because if you know anything about managing, sometimes managing people can be just as hard as doing the work yourself.
Yes.
So get yourself a leader, right?
Preach,
and then get
Bishop,
your
preach.
leader some assistance. And so when it's all said and done, if you want to get connected to leaders like George Fraser and Cheryl Wood and Reuben West and Shay Brown
Yes.
and Candace Camille,
Yes.
is you can go to boardroominterview.com. You can go to boardroominterview.com because I want you to get yourself a coach, but get your business aboard. And when I say get yourself a coach, decide the one thing. How many things? One thing that you're going to be responsible for in your business, get a coach for that. Everything else, get your business aboard, because the number one problem facing today's black CEO is this addiction to our labor as the primary mechanism by which we generate revenue. Now, if you got it, if there is an addiction, you got to ask yourself, what's the cure? And the cure, boardroominterview.com, so you can get yourself aboard. Now, you can have Shay Brown, the sales cardiologist, on your board. You can have a Ruben West on your board. You can have a Kim Martin, who worked at Microsoft, one of the Microsoft superstars that you heard about, on your board. You got Kevin Williams, a self-made millionaire. These are the type of people that you want on your board. Listen, the answer to who doesn't always have to be you. And if you don't know the how, know the who. Boardroominterview.com.
The answer
Absolutely.
to what? Say that again.
The answer to who doesn't always have to be you. Get rid of this addiction to your labor. Your labor is not the most valuable thing about you. There's more money in what you know than what you do. But if you don't believe it, they never will. See, the way the world works, if you work hard, they hire you. But if you work smart, they partner with you.
Yes.
Do you want more partners in this world, or you want more work?
Y'all hear that out there? Do y'all hear this? Now, this information would cost you like $1,500 if you were out somewhere else listening to this man or this man. So I am so glad the two of you were here. We have about another 3 minutes. So I really would like to know, we'll start with you. What would you like the WLVS, Renee, Allen, and Friend listeners to know? How can they get a hold of you? And give them a tip or two.
Sure. So the one way you can get a hold of me, you can go to www.boardroominterview.com. Again, www.boardroominterview.com. You know, the one idea that I'll share with you is this, and you might want to jot this down, is that the universe rewards people who take action differently than those that don't. And that you don't have to get it right sometimes. You just got to get going. And one of the challenges facing black CEOs out there every single day, and this might be you as I'm talking to you, you might be like, Shay, you're talking right to me, is consistency. You've heard consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. But having said that, what do people struggle with? Consistency. That's right. So
And
take action.
Or is that just me?
No. Just take action.
Yes, take action. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
You're always so happy. That's the best thing you could have named, the happy entrepreneur, because that just says everything about you. I've never seen you without a smile.
So silly.
Until now.
You're so crazy, you know. You're hilarious.
Black
She got it.
You having too much fun.
Look. Jacob is my man.
You having too much
put
fun.
right there. Bam, boom, put down.
You having too much fun.
Black CEO.
Here's what I would say. You ain't got to get it right, but you do got to get it going. And so don't let your planning become a precursor for your procrastination. So today you might have heard something that says, you know what? Today is the day where I get started. And believe you me, every great entrepreneur had to figure out how to get started first. So don't let your planning become a precursor to your procrastination. So if you're trying to figure out how to make your business more successful, how to get started, there are free trainings every day. You can keep your credit card.
Free.
You keep your credit card in your purse. You can keep your credit card in your wallet. You just go to blackceotribe.com, blackceotribe.com, just to get access to the training.
Yes.
And if you want to get access to the experts that actually be a part of your board, then you just go to boardroominterview.com. But, you know, I like the way they said a change is going to come, right? Yes. One of my favorite songs. And the thing about it is, what change is coming for you? What change is coming for you?
A change is gonna come. That's a song. You know, I just sing up here.
It is now.
I didn't make it as a professional.
It ain't as cool
so
as that
I
other
really
song, though. Your opening song for the West, I said, oh, that sounds hot.
Which one was that?
The track that says Renee, the Renee Show.
Oh,
Renee
Miss
Show.
Renee Show.
Yeah.
That's Mustafa Star, Captain Stowe. Oh Lord, he's gonna kill me. Captain Soul Star.
He jammed.
He was
Mustafa.
jamming.
He was jamming.
Oh yeah, they were
was
jamming
jamming.
up in here. And then
I went on the Spotify to see if I could download the track.
I will give you. I'll connect y'all. You need to have him on your show. Matter of fact,
I'm on
before
a
we
Black
go.
CEO track, by the way.
Oh my goodness.
he jamming.
Yes, you hear that, Mustafa? Black CEO tracks. I'm going to hook that up for y'all. Listen, we will be right back. We just have a few more minutes. We're going to come back with Kenneth Van of Van Cartel Entertainment. He won't be singing live, but I will be asking him a few questions about this song. We're going to close the show called Memories. We'll be right back.
I can't wait.
Here with
All
the
right.
People's MC.
Yeah.
It's your
Watching
time.
all that.
gave their worst, but that's alright. I never had your love, well you won't be the last, knowing you my first, so that's alright. 'Cause this life will be back around. So don't let it let you down. Say the night is young and we are too. Let's bring some rules, 'cause we ain't got no curfew. Oh, baby, say the night is young and we are too. Let's bring some rules, 'cause we ain't got no curfew. Yeah, say it. What good is love if your heart is where it stays? Now that ain't right. And what good's a song if you don't sing your pain away every night? 'Cause this life will be back around. So don't let it let you down. Say the night is young and we are too. Let's break some rules, 'cause we ain't got no curfew. People say, baby, say the night is young and we are too. Let's break some rules, 'cause we ain't got no curfew. Hey, yeah, say it. And hey, yeah, say it. We gon' dance the night away. Yeah, say it. The night is young, and we are too.
Welcome back to the Renee Allen and Friends show. Yes, everyone is here celebrating Black History Month. Our ancestors, our great-great-greats, our parents, our siblings. We're just a Black CEO. We are just having a wonderful time. So we're going to end the show here with someone who I found out some things about you. Where's my girlfriend right here? We go way back. This is the publisher for Kenneth Van of Van Cartel Entertainment. And I found out you used to box.
Yeah, I was in the Golden Gloves. I went 16-1.
Woo! I need my bell. Ding, ding, ding. I need my bell. Yes. So we're here today because you are a producer, songwriter, rapper, right? So we're going to listen to your song in a few minutes and close out the show with it. But tell us how how you started getting into the business. It's not easy to break into.
Well, my first thing was I saw the movie Crush Groove, and I was like 7 years old. And from there, I knew what I wanted to do after that, I was like, this is what I want to do. Right. My aunt, she wrote my first rap, and then from then it was like all jets.
Well, listen, I don't want to end the show and we don't hear it. So can we just put it on, Jacob? We're going to end the show by hearing Memories, and we just want to say God bless everyone, God bless America, and listen to the show called Memories, right? Yes, by Kenneth Van. Memories. How can they get a hold of you too?
Kenneth Van at Facebook.
Enjoy the song. Love you. See you next week.
This song is dedicated to all the fallen soldiers. Tony, Chris, Pooh. This one goes out to you also, Grandma. This one's from the heart. I really miss you. We were youngins back in school, steady lunching, cutting class. Knowing if mama catches, that's our ass. Hiding my stash, mashing and grinding for that cash. Fizzo, round the corner, now we ghosting the flash. What a feeling, good occasion, paper chasing, paper peeling. Got the block on lock, around the way we made a killing. Steady.